Hello, dear children of class 5, and welcome to another online class of general knowledge. I hope you all are well and fine in your homes, and I also hope that you have completed all the assignments that I have given for the previous lessons. Dear children, today we will be starting the fourth lesson of your GK book, animated movies. So basically what we are going to talk here about is animation. Okay, this particular word, dear children, animation, this particular word animation literally means soul. Animation has been translated from French as soul, and if we talk in common English, it means giving life to something, or we can say bringing something to life. So basically, dear children, we have live action movies where we have real human beings, playing the parts of heroes and heroines. But apart from that, there is, you can say, a parallel world, almost a parallel universe that exists where humans are not heroes and heroines. I mean to say, living humans are not heroes and heroines. Instead, by using computer graphics, instead, by using computer graphics, almost ethereal characters, or you can say heavenly characters, are created, which are mostly meant for children. Right now, what there is that actually in the very beginning, when animation movies started, that time there was no computer tech and everything, right? So actually what was done was many drawings and paintings used to be made, frame by frame by frame. Each drawing or each art used to represent a frame, and this frame was moved in front of camera at a very fast speed. All right, with the help of certain machine, it was moved at very fast speed, which gave the audience the idea of looking at a moving picture. Okay, that's how first animated movies used to be made. Today we have, like I told you earlier, we have computer graphics, right? Today we can, with the help of computers, we can make not only human characters as animated, but even animals, aliens, superheroes, monsters, bugs, anything can be brought to life, and it can be shown as a living, talking, understanding creature. Dear children, when we talk about characters of animated movies, we mostly understand Disney. Disney, one of the very popular animated movie making companies, founded by the creator of Mickey Mouse himself, Walt Disney, right? So children, when he started it, when he created the idea of a whole movie based on animated characters, do you know that he first went to the head of MGM? It's a very famous movie making company. Its full form is Metro Goldwyn Mayer. Metro Goldwyn Mayer, or MGM. And Walt Disney pitched his idea, gave this idea to the head of MGM, that let's create a whole movie based on animated characters. And that time, do you know what the head of MGM said? He blatantly refused it, saying that this kind of movie will be only attended by women, and women are afraid of mice. So how can you portray a mice, that is Mickey Mouse, on screen, and he rejected the idea that no one will enjoy this kind of movies are a waste of money. But later on, Walt Disney founded his own Disney company and created his animated pictures himself. Now, his animated movie Snow White Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs actually won an Oscar. You know, Oscar is one of the most prestigious movie awards, right? And this award was won by an animated movie, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. What was special about is, you know, whenever Oscar is won and Oscar is presented, one statue is given, one statue of maybe a woman is given. But this time, for the first time, along with one tall statue, 7 smaller statues were also presented. 7 figurines were presented to Walt Disney. Those 7 figurines were actually representation of 7 dwarfs. Not only that, dear children, there is one more fact that I would like to discuss with you, and I know most of you must have noticed it in cartoons or animated movies. Even if you haven't, this is going to come as a fact to you, that most of the characters, cartoon characters or animated movie characters, they have only 4 fingers, a thumb and 3 fingers. A thumb and 3 fingers, nothing more. This is actually not some kind of a blatant joke. This is actually a trick used by animators, that is creators of animated movies, to make the character software compiling easier. Okay, building 3 fingers and a thumb, that is only 4 fingers, makes software compiling for the characters easier, makes their image compiling easier. Okay, and this actually saves millions of dollars for the animators. Now this comes as a shock, but just by avoiding one tiny finger, they save millions of dollars. Not only that, my dear children, this is also researched fact that having this kind of character, having this kind of 3 finger or 4 fingered characters in the movie doesn't cause any visual discomfort. Now, talking about one of the most expensive animated movies ever made, the most expensive animated movie ever made was Tangled. Tangled was a Disney movie based on the story of Rapunzel. I think most of you are well aware about the story of Rapunzel, the girl who was abducted from the parents by some wicked witch because the girl's hair had healing properties. But when she found that cutting her hair would make her lose the properties, the witch decided to let the hair grow, and Rapunzel had such a long hair that when she was kept at the top of the tower, even from top of the tower, she would put the hair down and people could climb up. Not only that, in the animated movie, Rapunzel's hair was shown to have healing properties. It could heal cuts and wounds. Do you know that that particular movie, Tangled, is one of the most expensive animated movies ever made? It might come as a shock to you, but that movie alone cost $274 million. $274 million to be made. In fact, most of this money went only into creating a proper software code for the hair modeling of Rapunzel to make her the one which you see that her hair is moving and her hair is shown to glow and have such properties and all that alone cost millions of dollars. And not only that, this was one of the longest animation projects ever, because this project took 6 years to complete. 6 years to complete. This is longer than any of the, what do you call, DC comic animated movies or Marvel comic animated movies, anything. This project has been the longest till date. Also, dear children, I'd like to discuss with you here that when we talk about animated movies, we cannot ignore one country here, that is, if you all are thinking America just because Walt Disney was there, you are wrong. I am talking about Japan. Japan has been the growing industry for animated movies. Because out there are not the simple animation movies. You got anime movies and manga movies. Anime movies and manga movies. Anime movies are simply animated movies which they create purely out of their own concept. But manga movies come from the manga. Manga is a Japanese word meaning comics. Okay, out there they have their own comics, and in those comics they have their own heroes, samurais, racers, gunslingers, that kind of stuff, and they create movies out of them also. In fact, children, recently you must have seen a live action movie called Godzilla, King of Monsters, right? If you may not believe it, but Godzilla, or Gojira as it is called in Japan, is actually a Japanese manga concept. Before becoming a full-scale live action movie involving humans in it, it was actually developed as an animated movie. And today Japan's animated movie industry is growing. Japanese animators are in great demand all over the world. Even in Hollywood, when they have to create or when they are creating any animated movies, they surely bring in some Japanese some Japanese animators. So not animated characters, of course, Japanese animators, either as artists or as consultants, to help them develop their own, what do you call, animated movie. Recently, dear children, if I have to talk about a most recent movie out here, animation, you had Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. This was also one of the very ambitious project which involved many animated characters and many animators from the Justice League comics, right, in order to create one of the finest movie. But the idea for this came from Batman Ninja. Back in 2018-2019 in Japan, there was a very ambitious project. Every known manga artist and anime creator of Japan, the topmost ones, were brought together to create one movie based on the Justice League character Batman. Following that, the Hollywood, they decided to launch their own Justice League movie involving every top known animator in Hollywood. So you can see out here, children, that animation or cartoon movies are not simply something for children, because they involve lot of adults, they involve a lot of hard work behind the scene, and it can take as long as 6 years, like in case of Tangled, to complete that kind of said movie. So children, for this particular chapter, the one and only homework that I am going to give you is, you will have to write the name of any 10 Disney movies. Once again, I am telling you, your homework is write the name of any 10 Disney movie, animated movie. Okay, Disney animated movie. All right, children, this one you'll have to do in your GK notebook. And also, children, on the side, I would like to give you this message that many of the weekly tests are going on. Very soon there will be a GK weekly test also. So in that regard, please ensure that whenever you attend all the tests, especially when there will be GK test, I'll let it known to you very soon. Thank you.